And we're back. We got about 8 or 9 minutes left. I'm Richie Stone in today for BKP. This is Good Morning from the Office. Remember, catch us at FetchYourNews, at FYNTV, or you can call or text us 706-889-9700. We're coming at you from FYNTV World Headquarters in beautiful LJ, Georgia. We will be in Blue Ridge this Friday at Sycamore Crossing, I believe. I'm pretty sure we're going to be outside. Might be cold. I'll have my jacket on for sure. I saw a movie recently. It was a documentary on the socialist network, Free Speech TV. They don't even show commercials on there. They always have a running banner of needing donations to keep it on there. But of course, DirecTV carries it. I'm not sure how exactly they're subsidized, but there's a movie about conservative media, and in the tagline, in the description of it, it was about a woman whose father was a victim of Fox News, meaning he had fallen victim to conservative ideology. Basically, what they mean by that is they think he had been tricked into not going along with the groupthink lockstep with liberal/socialist communist ideology. And then last week I saw this report by Vox. A stunning new study shows that Fox News is more powerful than we ever imagined. It could even be flipping elections. It opens by saying Fox News is by far America's dominant TV news channel. In the second quarter of 2017, 235 million viewers in primetime versus half that for CNN and MSNBC. So this new study, it's in the American Economic Review, that with an intriguing and persuasive methodology, that Fox News directly causes a substantial rightward shift in viewers' attitudes, which translates into a significantly greater willingness to vote for Republican candidates. Now, the reason I chose to do this for the last segment is it just shows that ideology we were talking about earlier, about how in the world of liberalism, where there is no religion, where politics is religion, they view everything in a political lens, even the news, which, as we know, anybody who watches CNN for 5 minutes can see that. But when it comes to these studies, it just confounds me that what a lot of people I know that watch Fox News watch it because they consider it the only real news left, because they get, it even says here that they have a vast minority of their viewers are Democrats, a lot of them actually, and that's because like Brett Baer's 6 p.m. Special report, which is straight down the middle, he's one of the best in the business, is like the only place, at least before Trump, that even had a congressional reporter or that even had senators and congressmen on their show. And for these liberal outlets such as Vox, and of course, I'm sure the Emory University study was not led by a bunch of conservatives, that view this and they're just, their heads are spinning at why Fox News, or why we could even allow this station to exist, and how it's changed our country, when in reality, what Roger Ailes did was just a free market concept. The news media was liberal since its beginnings, as far as television is concerned, and there was a hole. There was a need for something that viewers, like as Trey Gowdy says, you can vote with your remote when it comes to what news you watch. And yeah, Fox News did change things, but it allowed for people to get a different perspective, if you will. Now, there was a recent Harvard study on coverage of Donald Trump, and they found that most of the outlets were over 90% negative, and Fox News was actually 51% positive, 49% negative, right down the middle, fair and balanced. Although, if you say that to a liberal, they will go off. And it's just indicative of the tendency to dismiss something they don't agree with or something they view as the enemy as bad. Not that, they don't want to look at it as a way, as something that just exists that allows people to make up their own minds. And it proves the point that the CNNs and MSNBCs of the world do exist to do that. That they are there to propagate, to influence, not to report and let you decide. And the reason we know this is because they're looking at it through their own prism, and they think to themselves, okay, well, we know what our people do. We know what our objective is, so theirs must be the same. And we have this chart from the Emory study where it kind of traces how each station changed and how FNC around 04, they're all kind of in the middle, supposedly went way more conservative. Whereas MSNBC around 2004, especially during the height of the Iraq War and the unpopularity of the Bush years, went further left. Now, my only issue with this is the way they describe it. They make it seem as if Fox News went further to the right while MSNBC went further to the left. But could it be that MSNBC and CNN just went way further left than this even indicates? And that this split could be more of a straight line for Fox and almost a downward, side of a cliff for the other networks, because they wanted to replicate the Fox News model. And MSNBC had success with it. Keith Olbermann, Rachel Maddow, who's still there. But then that started failing because they just couldn't get the viewers that Fox has, which tells us that Fox News isn't popular because it's right-wing. It's popular because it's centrist. And I know if you say that to a liberal, they will freak out. But I'll leave you with this. I always use this analogy. If you have 7 children on a playground, right, and there's a fight breaks out, kid gets beat up, and they all witness it, and you're the teacher, and 6 of those kids who always all buddy-buddy, they all think the same, they all dress the same, they all like the same stuff, all tell you the same story. Kid A beat up kid B. But then the 7th student, who's kind of, an outcast from the other 6, says, well, no, teacher, that's not really what happened. Kid B hit him first, and they're not telling you that. If you were the teacher, would you automatically dismiss the 7th kid? Or would you want to know what he meant by that? And that's what liberals do. They automatically dismiss anything Fox says because the other 6 news networks tell a different story. And me just being a natural skeptic, I want to know what the outcast says, what the one who's not telling the same story says. Just something to think about. Wanted to get into some of this Benghazi stuff. Catherine Herridge of Fox News, speaking of the devil, reported. We're going to get into this tomorrow. I'll be sure to send it on to BKP. We're running over. Remember to join us in the morning. Always stay tuned with FYNTV, FetchYourNews.com, with the latest on school closures, power outages, everything going on up here. Remember, we are the voice of rural America and your source for news in North Georgia. I'm Richie Stone. I'll see you Friday on the All-Star panel from Sycamore Crossing. Have a great Wednesday.